Hey, what's good, guys? I'm Matty back, coming at you with another fragrance vid today. This is a first impression video. We got something seriously nice, hopefully, to check out. It's the new Spicebomb Metallic Musk, the latest flanker in the Spicebomb line. It's a Jean-Christophe scent, so you know I'm going to be all over it. I just got this literally today in the post. I thought I'll wait to do a video on it. You know, we'll do a sort of a live first impression. Not really my favourite line, to be honest, this line. I have tried the original Spicebomb, the OG, you know, the vintage batches. I've tried the OG. I've tried the Extreme, which is where Jean-Christophe first sort of, you know, making Spicebomb perfumes. So there's the Extreme, which is very popular. And then there's other flankers. I think there's, what is it, Infrared, the one with the green bottle, or the red bottle. And I think Night Vision is one with the green. I wasn't really into those ones too much, so scrap those. I wasn't really into those. And then last year they had the dark leather flanker, which is another Jean-Christophe one. That one had a frankincense note. That was kind of early on. I just thought, based on the notes, probably one of his, because he had a sort of a phase where he did frankincense based scents. He did Nonsense Copal. He did one called Sweet Disruption. He did a few scents that featured frankincense. It was like a thing for a minute. So I got the decant of dark leather. Dark leather I thought smelled really good. Very smooth. I actually prefer the smell of dark leather to the original Spicebomb. I don't really love the original. Like I said, it's not my favourite ever line. So dark leather I think tones down the spice a bit, amps up the the leather is actually very soft, but it brings in a sort of a smoothness to it. Really enjoyable flanker, this one. Not really enough for me to buy a bottle, but I'm glad I tried that one out. So there was dark leather. And now the latest one is a musk based thing. It's this metallic musk, so we'll see what we get from it. And I just figured, again, it's probably going to be one of his. He's done a few scents that feature musk. So again, it's sort of theme with his fragrances. He's got, what has he got? Secret de Musk, which he did. He's doing Jack Fass Musk de Couture. He's done a few fragrances doing musk. So as soon as I saw there was a new Spicebomb flanker coming and it had musk in the name, I was like, this is yours, isn't it? It's another one of your fragrances, just because the musk seems to give it away. And he was like, yeah, it's one of his. So sort of little aside, I was the first one to sort of, you know, come online and say this is Jean-Christophe's work again. You'll see quite a few places crediting it, but basically the source of it was sort of, I posted on base notes about it. Anyway, so Spicebomb Metallic Musk, my guy Joven, props to him, put me up the decant. I think he actually sent me the 10ml that comes with the bottle, by the look of it, because I think this is a proper atomizer. It's got the sort of all the shit printed on there. Doesn't look like a homemade one, it looks like the actual atomizer. So anyway, this is the first impression. Give it a spray. I'll tell you what I think. Like I said, I don't really love the Spicebomb line, so I'm probably not going to be sort of fawning about it. But you never know. Might impress. Dark leather impressed, marginally. Not enough for me to want to buy it, but enough that I was very glad that I sort of tried it out. In fact, low key, if anyone has Ensign's Copal, dark leather is a good layering combo for that one. Spray Ensign's Copal, spray a little bit of this over the top, and you'll get a nice effect. But yeah, so here we go. Spicebomb Metallic Musk. Just before I spray, actually, the notes in this, it's got pretty similar notes. Obviously, it's got the cinnamon and the pepper, which Spicebomb is known for. It adds a few new notes, this one. It has a black pepper in the top. I don't think if that's in the other ones. It has aldehydes, something to make it a bit more bright, and Brett in the base, so it's going to be the sort of musky part, and Cistus Absolute. Cistus Absolute is a note that was used in a couple of other of his fragrances. Leather Accord. I don't know about Leather Accord. This is what Fragrantica says, so I'm not sure if that's 100% correct. Musk leather. Anyway, we'll give it a spray. Maybe it has some connection to dark leather, maybe it doesn't. Let's see what we get. Alright, here we go. Yeah, really good, really good. The musk in it is fantastic. This does have a connection to dark leather, I think. There is a little bit of that sort of leatheriness, but the actual yeah, the way the musk smooths out the spices in Spice Bomb. Like I said, the reason I don't really enjoy the Spice Bomb line a huge amount, I find the spice just to be a bit too much, a bit too sort of punchy, a bit too loud. This one you've got the sort of the musk. I would say the musk is stronger than the spice here. So the sort of spice is in the background and the musk is in the forefront. Very good blending. Not surprised there. Very nice. Very, very nice first impression. Do I like this more than the dark leather flanker? I think I do. I think I do. The reason why I like the dark leather is because I thought it just put the spices more in the background relative to the OG Spice Bomb. So to me, it was an improvement. This one, I feel like the spices are dialed down even more in this one. And the way the sort of the musk is blended with the spice is very, very smooth, very, yeah, very expert blend. Let's give it another spray. Yeah, this is the furthest. This smells the furthest from the original in terms of how much you get the spice in here. Obviously, ignore the like the night vision and the infrared ones. They're a little bit. They're something else. To me, they're a little bit generic smelling. Don't really consider those to be, part of the line as far as like what I would be interested in. But this one, yeah, the musk is like creamy, a little bit sort of laundry vibe with the musk. And then the spice is there, but it's kind of like I said, just it's subtle. So it's a more subtly spicy version of the Spice Bomb DNA with like a slightly powdery laundry clean musk. But the way it's like playing against the sort of the other notes is very, very well done. This is probably the most versatile version yet. I could see this being wearable like maybe even in the warmer seasons, but this one is very versatile, very clean smelling. It's making me think of Secret de Musk, which I've mentioned a couple of times, just because of how sort of smooth and clean the musks are. Yeah, it's almost like a musky scent as its own thing, and then the Spice Bomb is just sort of like in the background. Really like it. Really nice blend. It smells like it's going to be stronger than the dark leather. The dark leather one got a little bit soft after the opening. It actually was very soft. I loved the scent. I thought it was very smooth, but like most people commented, they didn't get any projection or longevity from this. I kind of agree. It's not really the big deal for me because of the sort of the DNA. I don't really like this DNA to be too loud, so it wasn't too much of a big deal. Not having much projection. This one seems to be a bit more lively, a bit more sort of off the skin. So if you didn't like dark leather because it was too soft, but you like the smoothness of it, I think you're going to enjoy this one. It doesn't have the sort of the resiny leather thing. It really is just more about the clean musk, and it's a really pleasant clean musk. Jean-Christophe, you got another one here, dude. You definitely got one here. I've seen some good reviews of this online. I tend to go along with them. I think this is great. For a designer level scent, if you could pick this up for good money, this is fantastic smell. Am I rushing out to buy a bottle? Unfortunately, I'm not, because the scents I've sort of talked about. I have Secret de Musk, which is like a more nicheified version of something like this. It hasn't got the Spice Bomb DNA at all. In fact, the DNA in that one might even be a bit closer to something like Aventus in terms of how the structure of it is and stuff. But is this the best? This is probably the most easy to wear Spice Bomb so far. Probably the best blended as well. Yeah, I like it. First impression is I like it. I'm not going to buy it, but I like it. Like it a bit more than I thought I would. I thought it would be on par with dark leather, but actually it's better than that. Yeah, it smells really clean. Not as much in common with the original Spice Bomb as I thought, or even the Extreme. This is really going off on a tangent, doing its own thing. Really good. But yeah, I've got the Secret de Musk. I've got like things like Puget Matcha, which I quite enjoy. I've got Hyper Iris, which is another like in this style. If you want something that's just clean smelling, I think that one's a killer you can pick up. Courage's Hyper Iris. If you haven't seen my top 10 list, check that out. It's in there quite high. Again, it's Jean-Christophe. It's another clean sort of yeah, it's another clean smelling scent. This one, a little more masculine. If you do like the Spicebomb DNA, you do like a little spiciness. It's basically like a very mildly spicy, musky scent. It's not too sweet either. Some of them go a bit sweet. The extreme is quite sweet. Even the dark leather's quite sweet. This one's not as sweet. Yeah, excellent use of musk here. Really impressed. So yeah, good stuff on first impression. I don't think I can really say much more than that, apart from I'm impressed. I like it. I'm not going to buy a bottle because it's not my favoured line, so to speak. But maybe if one came up at a big discount, maybe if a tester popped up, maybe I would snap it up. I don't know. Probably not, to be fair, but I like it. It's a nice smell. The guys who like the Spicebomb line, I think are going to appreciate this. And if you're watching this thinking like you want a scent like this, a clean scent, check out Secret de Musk or Hyper Iris. There would be my recommendations if you like Jean-Christophe's blending, if you like his scents. But this one's certainly very well done. So there you go. That's my first impression on Metallic Musk. The metallicness, not really metallic. I don't really get any metallic vibe at all. It's more laundry clean. It's more, the metallicness, I guess it's sort of a concept. The way the sort of the pepperiness and the musk go together, maybe you could sort of say there's sort of a metallic sort of vibe to that, a little sort of twang to it. I don't really get that huge amount, to be fair, but I do get a really nice version of the Spicebomb DNA, where the Spicebomb DNA itself is pushed way to the background, and something new, a sort of a laundry clean musk smell, which we've smelt before a little bit. And some of those other scents, yeah, it just works. It works really, really well, this one. I could see this being just sort of versatile everyday scent. And yeah, we're impressed. We like it. Yeah, that's going to be that. And we'll see you on the next one.